Welcome back 1/64 scale Hot Wheel collectors and other die-cast collectors. I'm very sorry, it's been a while since I put out a video this December 2016. Just got really busy with some other things, but I do have some videos for you coming up. First of all, we're going to be looking at a huge haul video with a whole bunch of cool stuff that I've picked up over the last couple months. Things I haven't shown you yet. And in the background you'll see a whole bunch of new M2 stuff. We're going to look at that in a separate video most likely. But we will look at a lot of cool things, including some old vintage Hot Wheels, some reasonably old Hot Wheels, and some definitely very cool Hot Wheels indeed. This is an actual Hot Wheels Cadillac hearse, along with a whole bunch of other cool stuff. I'm going to get all of this out of the package for you. And here's some really vintage pieces you may have eyed up right off the bat. Got everything from Dinky, Norscot, Corgi, and of course more Hot Wheels. So stick around, let's check out all this stuff. It's been a while since I put out a haul video, and the Monster Jam videos will continue. Just obviously a bit of a delay there, of course, with all the other stuff, all the other reasons why I haven't put out a video in the last couple weeks. We will get to that, and anyways, stay tuned for this video. Hope you enjoy. So many places I could start this video. Flip outs, crack ups, M2, majorette, fresh cherry, old stuff, new stuff, Erdl. But I'm going to start out with this amazing Voodoo Highway Hot Wheels Collectibles 3-vehicle set. This thing is truly marvelous. Check out the packaging first. I'll tell you a little bit more about it here in just a second. But look at that. You can pause on that, read about it a little bit if you want. And then the next page here, if you want to pause as well, you can read about that. This is the old stuff here. And we're going to get it all opened up for you. This is from 1999. So what are we looking at? About 11, it's like almost 30 years ago this set came out. Hard to believe. No, 20 years ago, sorry. My math is terrible tonight. We've got an actual lowrider car. This thing actually moves up and down, front and rear. Opening hoods on all of them. Big, huge, all metal hearse. And check out this fantastic design. I don't know much about that yet. We're going to get it all out where you can see it clearly. And we've got some more Hot Wheels 100% hearse. The Woody wagon. Anyways, let's just start with one thing at a time. And that's this unit. Okay, let's crack it open. Not sure if it's been opened before. It doesn't look like it. It's got the not returnable if seal is open. And it is indeed not opened up yet, so we'll just carefully cut that with the X-Acto knife. Very well packaged indeed. Let's just put that in the background for now. Got some old 2-year limited warranty for the Hot Wheels. Fantastic. I think we're a little past that. And look at this. Collectors. Some sort of survey of some kind. And there you go. It comes in a very nice Lexan case. Check out the voodoo face. My camera's trying to focus on that voodoo face. And indeed it is. Really nice presentation. We've got some screws holding this thing together. And of course, you've also got, in addition to being on the back of the package, you've got the story here on the back as well. To the tricksters of Voodoo Highway, driving around like a zombie in anything less than the coolest of custom cars is an insult to the spirits of the 2-lane asphalt. Now you too may become bewitched by the boulevard before you and make a mystical and magical trip down a road less traveled, Voodoo Highway. Very, very interesting. Not something you see too often these days. Let's get this thing open if we can without breaking it. The elastic bands are literally disintegrating in the package as we open this thing up. There was a bunch of elastics holding the hood shut. I'm not sure if you can see that because the camera keeps trying to focus on the face. But there's an old elastic there. It's just turned to dust basically. And that was holding the hood shut on each vehicle. revealing very detailed engine. These are in fact 1/64 scale vehicles. This one has something going on, I'm not really sure what. Oh wow! Check that out. Holy smokes. That is tricky. And finally the lowrider. The lowrider's hood does not open. We'll have to get them unscrewed from the base to demonstrate it, because you can see it's got a big plastic piece kind of holding it all together. Let's get the camera zoomed out for a second. And let's get these awesome vehicles off of the display. Check out this pile of broken, rotten elastic bands and some screws. Partially the reason why I always encourage those who like opening their vehicles to do it, but sooner than later, before any damage has occurred. Some slight paint damage. You'll see I have a standard Hot Wheel out here for scale reference. Look at this awesome lowrider vehicle, and I will show you exactly how it's able to do that. The axles are ingenious on this thing for a 1/64 scale vehicle. Never seen anything like it from Hot Wheels. Obviously an awesome hearse and very much to scale. Let's just roll our regular size Hot Wheel into the picture. You can see perfectly appropriate size. And then there's this amazing thing. It's got 3 headlights on the front, sunroof, and the very futuristic rear opening hood. And what does it say on it? Voodoo something or other. Doesn't have much of a Triclops, it's called. As you can see, co-mold wheels, all metal base, actually riveted together with Phillips screws holding these cars to the plastic base. I think this one is also riveted. Yes, it is. Rubber tires on this one. Real riders, one might say. Now, for this car here, this is not the only pose it can do. Check out the axles on this car. They've got a pivot design at the center for limitless positions. You can push them all the way down, lift them up, and then even like put them to the sides. Because of that ball pivot design. Anyways, just super cool. The only thing it doesn't do is jump on its own. Nice looking Hot Wheel, very inconspicuous with the wheels in the standard position. But when you're getting ready to go for cruise night, doesn't take much to go crazy, which is awesome. Let's open up our first 100% Cadillac hearse. The white one you see here is actually from the same packaging as the one that we're going to open up here, which is the black one. Super cool looking car. Look, it's got a green tint window throwing a green shadow on a white interior. Extremely detailed, of course. Let's take a closer look at this packaging before we do open it. I've had these for quite a while. Some of them anyways. 1963 Cadillac Fleetwood. Old hearses never die, even when they are in grave condition. Some surfer or upstart rock band will resurrect their engines and their bodies. Fill the back end with amplifiers, guitars, drums, or surfboards, and race off down the highway to, well, who knows where. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get this thing opened up. What year is this one from? It probably says on the bottom. 2000, so around the same time as the Voodoo Highway set. Also sealed up in here for 16, nearly 17 years now. It's time to free the piece. This one's got not only the tape on it, but we're going to have to be careful I don't wreck the box here. I'm going to have to do this one off screen. It's got some glue holding the tab on. I really don't want to wreck the packaging, so I'm going to do that carefully off screen. And I'll explain why I'm concerned about holding on to packaging as well if I'm opening up a car. I know that's going to be a question for some of you. So what I did is I just took like a bread knife and sawed carefully down the cardboard, just kind of eliminating the glue that held the two pieces together. Otherwise the packaging is fine. And theoretically, one could glue that back together again if one was so inclined. I would not do that personally, and I have no intention of reselling this collection. But, you know, just in case you want to think about doing that sort of thing, you at least had the option. I really do like the packaging, but there's just no way for me to display the amount of cars I have and keep them all packaged. I do like the historical value of the package, so I don't just completely discard it. I'm always very careful when I open them up. And I really don't feel that this devalues the cars too much. Again, there are going to be circumstances where certain cars are going to be devalued, but I can almost guarantee you that if you're so lucky as to find one of these hearses on eBay, you're going to pay top dollar for it, whether it's in the package or loose and in mint condition. Look at all the packaging material here. Really nice display case. Here's part of the problem with keeping a car in the package for so long is these elastic bands, as I had mentioned earlier, do tend to disintegrate, especially if exposed to UV light. This one actually was not too bad. It looks like that one did not stick to the paint. Storage is also very key for your collection. I mean, if you want to keep it in top condition, then storing it in a temperature controlled, humidity controlled environment is quite important for the vehicle and the packaging more than anything. But there we go, little floss of the hood. Get that out of the way. Let's take a look at this awesome car. Yellow headlights, huge chrome engine under the hood, actual like chrome. I think that might be die-cast metal. Does not appear to be plastic. Let's give her a little tap with a knife. Metal engine. Super detailed car. Let's say on the window there. Let's use the zoom instead of the camera. Phantom coaches, it says right on it. Check out those hubcaps. Detailed little tail lights. Even the license plate. Mr. Brink, it says. So that is the black car, the black hearse. Needs a little shine up, I think. It's got a few thumbprints now on it. You can see we've got the flame one in the background. And now the white one, it had tinted windows. I believe these are all of the hearses that were made. I may be missing one, but I know they didn't make a lot of varieties of these cars, and production was limited on these 100% cars. They were like a $8 car 19 years ago, or 18 years ago. And nowadays dollars, that's about, $15, $20 car right here. Well worth it in my opinion. But all to say, you're going to have to put out a little bit of change to buy a collection of these cars, as I have. And it was on my wish list for quite some time. So I'm quite happy to do so. And they fit really well in with the rest of the collection. They're perfectly scaled. So moving right along, let's look at some other 100% cars. The next awesome 100% series car we're looking at is a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Woody Wagon. Limited edition for the adult collector. Well, that's what they tell you, but I mean really, if you can take care of your vehicles, they're suitable for any age. Usually the term rich wood paneling is used in describing the chairman of the board's office walls. Well, pause on that and read more about it, but this one has an abundance of rich wood paneling on it, as it is a traditional Woody car. We're going to have to open this one up as well. Same method. This time I'm going to just give you a quick demonstration. The bread knife approach I was telling you about, because these are glued as well. You're going to take a serrated knife. This is just a laser knife. Nothing fancy. Kind of just dig into it carefully and saw through the glue. Like so. And kids, if you're doing this at home, hopefully you don't cut your finger off. Alright, so there we go. Got her opened up. And you know what? We saw the rest of that. I'll get it out. I'll get all the rest of them out for you, and we're going to take a look at them all, starting with this one here. Well, I forgot to mention, we've got two different vintages of Hot Wheels 100% collectibles. In fact, the one on the right is a 100% collectible. That is the black hearse that we pulled out. This one is actually not labeled 100%, but it does feature the same style of vehicles, highly detailed vehicles, I should say. Cool collectibles vehicles. This is the Cool Collectibles series, as you can see, and is not the Hot Wheels 100%. Sorry for jumping around on you here. I do still have one more 100% to open up, but the other ones are the Hot Wheel Collectibles series, as you can see by the top. So we're kind of jumping around, but who cares? We're opening these things all up. We're looking at the cars themselves, and hopefully you enjoy that. Now, this particular beastie was manufactured in 1998. There are only several different paint jobs of this car. One of them is green, and I will dig it out for you. I also have that one. I don't think I'll be opening it up today. We're going to be limited on time. I just want to show you what I've got on the table today. Opening hood. It's got like a wash finish across the top of it. Not sure if that's like a faded paint job. You got the surfboards in the back. All metal base, painted mufflers, tailpipes, transmission, riveted design, rubber tires. Exquisitely detailed. Look, even the surfboards have either paint or Tampa work done on them. You can see they've got flames on them. The steering wheel and even the steering horn, as well as the instrument cluster in the interior, are painted separate colors. They're not just all white. As are the seat insets. You can see the seat insets here. The embroidery look. They're painted a matching orange on the center of the seats, which are otherwise white. An immense amount of detail in these cars. The wheels are, you do not see wheels like this quality nowadays. And the Tampa work is just out of this world. So these cars do really display well. You can see by the size of them, you know, again, another standard size car. They are long, but that is because these cars were enormous in real life compared to, say, you know, a Cutlass here, like 442, which is probably actually should be even smaller, really, if they were the same scale. I would say these are probably very nearly true 1/64 scale. This one, you know, closely, but just take an M2 car, which we've got an abundance of, and you can kind of figure it out once you put them side by side, which we probably will in a future video. But for now, awesome car. Super happy to have that one. Let's take a look at that green one real quick. Well, wouldn't you know, I went digging in and I found two more. Look at these sets. We've got the cars of the Hard Rock and the Airstream Dream Vehicle set. These are not cheap pieces to come by, but here we go. Here's another one of those 59 Eldorado Cadillacs with an all-metal Airstream trailer. I'll have to open that one up in a later video. These types of car sets almost deserve their own videos in themselves, and you know, this was supposed to be a haul video, so we're going to try and get through this, you know, reasonable amount of time. 59 Woody. There it is in the green color, also featuring the wood trim. And when you know, there's another hearse right beside it. This is not the same hearse as the one that we just opened up, as you can see. So we'll get to those cars at a later date. There's just too much cool stuff to show you in this massive room of die-cast vehicles. Our next car we're looking at from the collectible series is a 57 Cadillac Eldorado. So let's get that one out of the package for you. On the back, you can pause on that if you like to read more about that car. But we're getting this one out of the package right now. Another amazing piece. Check this thing out. Opening hood on it. Extremely detailed interior once again. Color coded. The grille is an actual grille. This is not something you see very often on 1/64 scale Hot Wheels. An actual grille. Look at the motor. The motor is so detailed. I'm not sure you actually even see this type of detail on Greenlight or M2. Like, Hot Wheels really went crazy on the 100% series. And this is a worthwhile collection, I think, to perhaps complete. I know it's pricey. But if you can afford to complete this collection, you are definitely holding on to some high quality Hot Wheels that were not mass produced. The hood's a little springy. Oh well. Anyways, let's look at another one. Check out this. I think we've got another lowrider here. 6'9" Buick Riviera lowrider. Yes, sir. Check it out. Let's read that. You know what to do if you want to read that. Let's get it opened up. So this one here is a Buick Riviera. The other one is a Monte Carlo. Both around the same year. Exquisite pinstriping and details on this car. Take a cursory look at it. Check out the details on the interior here. We've got a chrome steering wheel, chrome shifters. Even the seat belt buckles are painted silver. Check out that metallic paint job too. Just awesome, awesome. It's a chain link steering wheel too. Let's see if we can flip that car around. What does that say? Dr. Original. Dr. Original. Look at that. Just really, really impressive quality and detail. And there we go again. There is the pivot, the ball pivot design as I call it. This car is assembled with a Phillips screw. And you literally have no end of positions that this car can hold due to its very uniquely designed axles. We've seen this before, or lowriders from other manufacturers, but I've never seen any that were this well built. Like, look at that, and just like a real Hot Wheels, it rolls so well. Wow. Just slam it right down and away you go. Still got a bit of a pose going here. Just limitless fun you can have with these cars. Kind of need both hands to work the axle 100%. Very nice rolling wheels. So same design on both these cars, both lowriders. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Nice to have both those, and I'm wondering if there's more. I'm going to have to go looking now. One last one to look at here in the package anyways. The 48 Merc Woody. Let's get that beast out. This is the 100% series. I think this would be another 2000 release versus the ones that we've been looking at here in 1998. Yep, 2000 is the copyright. I do have one last of the 1998s to look at. We'll get that one out as well. There's no packaging on it, but let's get this one out of the packaging first. I forgot to show you the back of this one, so here's a quick look in case you wanted to pause on that and read it. But here it is. Check out this vehicle. Wow. I have yet to cut off the elastic bands, but let's take a look at it. Exquisite engine. Look, it's even got a fan on the fan belt in the front of the engine. We've got an actual little fan, color-coded engine block, carburetors, air cleaner, like exquisite details on this thing. The old saying, they don't build them like they used to, kind of rings true when you think these were mass-produced Hot Wheels. And by mass-produced, I mean they're still limited, but they were available in... I remember seeing these vehicles in like Kmart and, you know, Walmart and stuff, but I never bought them because they were very expensive. But then again, they were always like so much packaging on them that you couldn't really see them. So once you actually get it out of the package, you can really appreciate what a nice model they've made here. This one's got a hitch on it, real rider spare tire, not just some molded thingy. And really, really solid construction. So That is a cool piece. I really like that. Let's just get it next to a big old Cadillac for size comparison wise. You know, the old Cadillac just dwarfs pretty much every vehicle. But I think your scale is pretty much dead on there, so kind of cool. And here's the last little BC we're looking at from the old Hot Wheels series that we've been talking about, the collectibles, the 100%. This is a 1998 release. Very cool. Very cool. Petty Engineering. Check out this car. Look at the engine once again. Silver radiator hiding in there. Got the blacked out headlights for racing. Got the steel little tin plates over them. Same with the taillights. And rubber tires. Super detailed. Nice car. Really goes well with the old collection of racing cars. And ooh, this one's got a bit of a bumpy ride, but most of these Hot Wheels roll super smooth. Like really smooth. We have just taken a very close look at a bunch of detailed Hot Wheels from 20 years ago. Let's go back about 40 or 50 years and look at this Corgi quad gun tractor truck. I think that's what it's called. Quad gun tractor. Check out this thing. All metal. Huge. I think this is more like a 1/50th scale according to Corgi. But this quad gun tractor fits in really nicely with the rest of my 1/64 scale collection. And I got this one at Value Village. That's a thrift store here locally in Ontario, Canada, as well as other parts of Canada, I'm sure. And I paid $2 for this truck in a plastic baggie full of other vehicles. You just really can't go wrong. It's still got the gun intact, which is quite rare from what I can tell online. It's not an overly valuable vehicle. It's just really quite unique. Very heavy, all metal. Clearly the wheels are a bit bent, as is the front bumper, but really no missing parts other than the rear hitch. This would have come with a set of 2 extra trailers, but for $2 you really can't go wrong. Now a Norscot Road Grader. Check this thing out. Rubber tires. Not overly old. I think maybe 15, 25 years old at most. Got some big gnarly rubber tires on it. Let's get it spun around here so you can see the base. Norscot Group. Something something. And really quite nifty. A nifty piece of equipment. A lot of moving parts on this thing. And very articulated. 1/64 scale for sure. Quite cool to be able to pick that up. Now the real gem of the collection, this haul video, is this Dinky Fodden dump truck, it's called. Made in England. Let's take a look at that. If you've watched my my old gym review collections, then you may have seen something like this, but I don't think he actually had one. It has a articulated plow. The plow is a little worn out, but it does move up and down. All metal. And opening and closing dump bin on it. Also featuring some very worn out wobbly axles, but really in very nice shape. I picked this up at a antique market and I didn't pay much for it. I think I paid $10 for it. And just to be able to pick something up like this locally without paying shipping costs on eBay, pretty cool. Fits right in with the rest of the collection. Definitely 1/64 scale. And just look at the might of this truck. Just no problem pushing that Hot Wheel out of the way. And no problem carrying a hearse in the dump bin. Okay. Now, the old Hot Wheels trucks, this is a tanker truck. This one is extremely beat up, and I'm only showing it to you out of nostalgia. I do pick up some of the more beat up things. I got this at a flea market. I mean, yeah, I have these things in mint condition, but it just goes to show you, in any condition, these things are cool. Look at how beat up this thing, if only the stories it could tell That front bumper is twisted beyond any understanding of how I could imagine it would be twisted like that. And it is a true survivor, so pretty cool. Peterbilt tanker truck, circa 1979. Not in great condition. I think I paid like 50 cents for it. Big deal. Some cool stuff. We're going to have to save the M2 and I think the Majorette for later. But let's look at some of these other rare Hot Wheels. Hot Wheel flip outs. These are an awesome, this is an unpunched card and a very rare color variation of this Firebird. Firebird funny car, they call it a road flipper slash side flipper. Has multiple names. It has a little pin so that it actually you can lock it in position, and when that pin is engaged the car will flip. Also, if you crash the cars together it will flip under the spring tension. This I would never do. However, I really want to open this car up. I really want to open it up. I don't have any loose in my collection. It took me forever to find it. I cannot do it though because it's unpunched and the packaging is mint. Let's look at a few other cars that I picked up in the last couple of months. This Crack-Ups, Hot Wheels Crack-Ups. All these cars are from the mid to late 80s. Crash them, fix them, bash them again. This one has a rotating roof bit that is all smashed up on this angle of the car that we see, but you can rotate it around as they picture here and make it new again. Very cool. This one's a harder one to find. Very nice packaging. You know, you can almost never find these things mint loose because most often the kids smash the heck out of them. And if you want to add it to your collection, well, you gotta open them up. Just destroyed this package. Worry not. We're here to show you the features of the car. Check that out. Now it's like new again. Sealed in the package since 1986. No longer. Bammo. Smashed. That's going straight to my Hot Wheel wall. Here's another awesome piece that has not been out of the package, and one I've been looking for a mint version. Very nice card. This one was released in 1983. Look at that, 1983. Out of the package it comes. Awesome car. Flip around front. Spring hood. Usually should hold the front. I think being brand new it would hold the front. There you go. So the car has got Zap on the side and the tampos. Beautiful piece. And bam, there you go. Destroyed. Here's a car from my youth. Also something it's hard to consider opening considering the package condition. Look at all the price tags. Reduced down to 75 cents at Kmart back in, I'd say 1986. Let's just taking a guess at it. 1985. Out you come as well. Check out this. This is a side banger, the Z1. Wow, minty, minty, minty. There you go, Z1. Oh wow, that's a tough one. First hit, there you go. Z1 Crack-Up from 1985. Beautiful piece. Also going straight to the wall. All three of these cars were needed on my display wall. And yet another one. Very hard one to find. All these cars I paid top dollar for. This one's called the Slammer. And the package on this thing is also pretty decent. It's a shame to open it up in some ways, but I am a loose car collector. I will keep the card art. However, I'm not using any acetones or anything like that to open these up. I'm just opening them up for your review and for my wall. Check that thing out. What a beauty. Now this one here has a back smasher. So the rear tail or louvered gate would hold the back bumper in place. And smash-o. There you go. Super cool. The last one we're opening up is the Smash Mobile. Case is a little bit kind of murky looking, but the card art is beautiful. $10 was the price on that car. I think I actually paid more on eBay. That's an old price sticker from probably a yard sale or something. Another car on my wall that is in terrible shape, and I would love to add this mint one, which I will do very shortly, to replace its beat up car that represents it at this point. The front, bam, smash-o. Now I'm not actually going to smash these cars together because that usually results in paint loss. So the last car that we did not open up was the flip out. Again, because it's unpunched, not so much because it's unpunched, but because this car is so rare, I just cannot bear to open it right now. These other cars, well, you know, you can find them again. They're not impossible to find. Yes, I have reduced the population of unopened cars, but I've also just increased the population of mint open cars. And that's what my collection is all about. These cars are going to go, and I'll show you straight up where they're going. Over here on the Hot Wheel categorized, cataloged wall of vehicles. Where? Here, hold on a second. Let's just take an example. And I want to show you why I open these cars up. There's a couple of them right there. Here's the one that I had on my wall. She's pretty beat. This car is now replacing that car. So take that one out. Let's see if I can juggle these for you in one hand. Check out the difference in the condition. And that is why, for my wall of cars, which are pretty much mint all the way through, it is advantageous for me to have a mint example. We can take this one and discard. No, just kidding. It's going to go into a storage unit, but there's no harm loss. And some of the other cars, there was the one from my youth. As a child, I played with this one from the age of probably 6 or 7. Pretty chipped up, and that one's going to be replaced by the one I just opened. So these are not for trade, they're not for sale. I am purely a collector. But anyways, I thought you might enjoy that. We're going to wrap this video up with that. And in a future haul video, not too far off, I got to make part 2 pretty much. We're going to look at some of the new majorette stuff that's come out. Amazingly cool vehicles. Including, look at this thing, Nissan GTR. Opening doors. These are new majorettes. Back on the shelves here in Canada, past couple months. Disappeared for several years, many years in fact. And we've also got some other cool things. An 82 Dodge Arias K car. We're going to open that up, as well as all of these M2s. So stick around for another video in the future. And all those white police cars, those are a bunch of Erdls. They have appeared in some of my other videos. I just kind of had them out there because I recently picked them up. A whole fleet of 1981 Pontiac Bonnevilles. And anyways, thanks for watching my video. Stick around for more. Plenty more videos to come. And as I always say, happy hunting.